Three members of parliament from the NDC caucus, Al-Hassan Suhini of Tamale North, Samuel Okujo Tuablakwa of North Tong, and Francis Xavier Susu of Medina have filed a private member's motion aimed at revoking the legislative instrument LI 2462, which currently permits mining in forest reserves. This motion seeks to repeal Section 3.2 of the Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves Regulations 2022, effectively stripping the president of the authority to issue mining leases for exploration in these protected areas. They stated, as legislators, our obligation is to ensure a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is paramount. Indeed, Article 41K of the 1992 Constitution states the existence and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations. Accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to protect and safeguard the environment. The duty to ensure the right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is even greater for us as lawmakers, since we have the privilege of participating in the governance of the state, acting as a check on the executive and being responsible for approving budgets and formulating laws and policies that affect the environment, climate, public health, and ecosystems. We're now joined on the phone by the Member of Parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Susu, one of the MPs who filed this motion, to give us further details. Thanks for joining us, Honourable.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
All right. Tell us, why did you decide to file a private member's motion to revoke LI 2464, despite the government's assurances of steps to repeal it?
Well, government has actually expressed intentions several times and yet did not carry through those intentions. We don't trust that government will do what it says it's going to do, and so it's important that while we basically wait for government to do what it wants to do, we also take steps to achieve the same end. At the end of the day, if government bill gets introduced into the House, we can always abandon this one. We don't want to risk it, because the matter of galamsey mining in forests are matters of urgent public interest, and it's so important that both sides of the House will show interest in dealing with the menace. So that is what will be my immediate reaction. Besides that, you will recall that when Speaker on Thursday gave that announcement about the 4 vacancies in Parliament, the now minority expressed a position that they are going to boycott Parliament. If that were to be the case, it means that they won't be available to even prosecute government business. And if that happens, then in order to continue doing the work of the House, that would be of importance or benefit to the nation. Bills like this could be considered. So these are some of the considerations that went into introducing this private members bill.
Right, Honourable, but what would you say to people who say that you failed to oppose the approval of the LI the first time when it was laid in Parliament? And isn't this a face-saving gesture?
Not at all. You know, the processes by which LIs are normally introduced into the House and annulling same are a bit cumbersome. Once the LI gets laid on the floor, you would need about 2/3 majority to actually annul the LI or to defeat the passage of the LI, and that is not practical once it gets introduced into the House. And so that is the practicality around it. And besides, sometimes when laws get introduced, some laws could get introduced either through inadvertence or however you may look at it. But the effect of the law is what makes you reconsider that position. Nobody knew that the devastation to our forest was going to be this drastic and this gargantuan, and this is going to affect a number of our water bodies in the manner that we are seeing now. So it is just right that when things are wrong, or at least when the effects of laws are seen, we can take immediate steps to remedy the situation. And I think that is what we are doing, and that is what I believe is responsible leadership.
Honorable Susu, how confident are you that the president will assent to the bill, considering his stance on private member bills?
Well, I think that, given the fact that he has himself expressed interest in taking steps in this direction, one. Secondly, as part of his pact with organized labor, he undertook to really take urgent steps to revoke the airline. So if the airline get revoked, it would be strange for him to turn around to say, I'm not going to sign it. Then it would mean that he basically stamped everyone, and he basically has not shown any commitment at all to fighting this guarantee. So I believe that, this is one of those things that do not require partisan considerations, as it has happened in other bills. In my respectful view, this is a matter of urgent public interest. And once it goes through, I am hoping that he will pass. He will assent to this bill. And you know that at least one of the bills that are introduced, which is the armed forces, no, not the armed forces, it was the criminal offense amendment that abolished the penalty under the Act 29, right, was assented to by the president. So at least we have one precedent of him assenting to at least one of the prime member bills passed. And so I am confident that once this gets through, he will treat this as a matter of major public interest and assent to see.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. You heard Francis Xavier Susu, MP for Medina.